It's the second Hanukkah since the horrors of October 7th. Over 1,000 slaughtered, hundreds taken hostage, unspeakable sexual violence, and so much more. I've gotten over 100 hostages out.
All right, that was Joe Biden last evening. He's getting criticized for falsely claiming at the White House Hanukkah reception he personally freed over 100 hostages from Hamas in Gaza. Let's welcome to the show from the House Small Business Committee Chairman. He's Roger Williams. Congressman, lovely to see you, sir. We appreciate you so much. Okay, so Biden's trying to take credit for 105 hostages released as part of a ceasefire agreement between Hamas and Israel. 100 hostages, 7 Americans are still captive. Lawmakers are slamming Biden, saying your weakness is directly responsible for why they're still being held captive. What do you make of all this?
Well, I think it's right. His weakness has showed ever since he's been president. One of the reasons that we have an economy that's not working, one of the reasons we don't have our standing in the world right now is his weakness. The enemies and other people see how he says things, what he says, and many of it not true, and they see a weak president. Of course, fortunately now Donald Trump is seen to be the president already, running the world, and we're on a path to get our country back in order again, where we can tell the truth and people can rely on us and our friends can trust us.
You know, Chairman, it's like a big reset that's coming, right? We've got news coming in that could possibly move the stock and bond markets. You know, Biden was accused of misleading and inflating the number of jobs he created. And now we've got the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia just reported that the second quarter's job numbers were inflated and overstated from March through June of 2024. That job growth was much lower in half the country in 25 states than what the BLS initially said. So instead of a more than 1% gain, it was actually a job loss. What do you make of that?
Well, the truth of the matter is I'm not surprised. And, of course, they made the numbers look like they wanted to make the numbers, regardless of how they were supposed to be figured or what the historical presence was. The truth of the matter is the economy hasn't been good. I'm in the car business, Liz. I've been in it for 57 years. I've seen the good and the bad. And the economy is struggling right now. But also, we see many, many people begin to get excited, especially Main Street America, that Donald Trump's coming back. We're going to have tax cuts. We're going to cut regulations sizably. We're going to get our border back in line, and we're going to become American and let entrepreneurship and competition work in the private sector and not demean people for making profits.
Yeah, you know, so we were showing on the camera the BLS already wiped out more than 800,000 made-up jobs under Biden. Talk to us about small businesses. They are the net job creators for this country. So when you talk about the Trump tax cuts, it's really vital for their survival, their very existence. Can the Trump tax cuts get pushed through immediately?
I think so. And you touched on it, 75% of the workforce, 75% of the payroll is small businesses, Small Business America, Main Street America. And they are waiting now for the things we've talked about. 100% expensing, interest deductibility, all the tax cuts we enjoyed in 2017, try to make them permanent. And I'm going to tell you, it's not going to take long for the economy to get going again. People are ready to go. Banks are going to have fewer regulations. You're going to be able to get some capital. Access to capital is going to be back. So our economy will get going very, very quickly. Main Street's ready for it. Main Street's ready to hire people, put people on a payroll, put people on a check. And it won't take long to get going, because then we're now empowering Main Street rather than condemning
really interesting. And getting rid of those crazy Biden mandates, like we can only buy electric cars and get rid of gas cars. Terrible. Final word.
Well, that's horrible. I'm in the car business. I can tell you the EV market is not a market. It was promoted by the other side, and the big three went for it. But we're going to do away with the EV market from a standpoint of getting rebates. Let's let them compete like everything else.
Chairman, you are a breath of fresh air. Thanks for being with us tonight. It's good to see you.